What a turn of events. Foundation shifts and logic. Let's tuck into it and see what's going on with the divine masculine. If you do want this content ahead of the crowd, you can join our membership and stay tuned for the end of the video. That does have all the necessary information. Without further ado, let's take a look at divine masculine's energy. Now, I find it very interesting that, divine masculine in the mix here is really looking at life from a very logical point of view at this point in time. And it does feel this massive level up. It is to do with both tribe, family, also divine feminine here in the mix, but also very solidly to do with themselves. There is a lot where they're wanting to proceed forward and really get on top of things and shift obstacles out of their way. And they're coming in like a ball, but a very earthed way of doing things. And they are acknowledging their feelings, but they're taking their mind into control. They're taking their heart into control, and they're looking at it with a very mature standpoint, which is quite positive to see. Now, we also have this intuition energy coming up at the past. And I see for the divine masculine, the intuitive frequency, I think they're sensing really where people's logic is coming from. They may have had a lot of lack of sleep. I'm noticing the owl here. And noticing the cat. And this is to do with a brand new beginning and moving into a new life. And also what is hidden from them. They're really seeing this. They're also seeing the demeanor of the divine feminine shifting. And they're looking at karmic energies and their attitudes. And maybe this wicked web that was actually woven, that is quite a toxic situation, but they're trusting their instincts and they're seeing things. They could be very reflective of the past, but they're being very strict with themselves and saying, look, you've got to look at, it's almost like the rose-colored glasses coming off and observing the circumstance within the karmic path in a very logical way. And I see this to be extremely positive, especially if they are going through a karmic cycle, depending on, and a lot of times these can be seen in our birth charts, in transits, and also through information that we're privy to be aware of. But these individuals here are really looking back. They're reflecting upon what their intuition was telling them. They could have a bit of a bitter pill to swallow this month in the mix with Neptune going retrograde, especially if they've been pacifying some habits and trying to make something, it's like mutton dressed up as lamb, as an analogy. I really feel they're going to become brutally honest with themselves. And it's funny that they're actually spiritually coming through with this logic in hand. It's almost like the mental imprisonment and having revelations. And I think these revelations collectively are going to help us, especially divine feminine. Do look at this read later from the masculine perspective of your life, where you maybe were caught in a circumstance, something on the more physical realm. Or we'll get into that later, but looking at the yin and the yang. So I see the divine masculine really getting into a very ascended space of being. And it does feel they're trying to tick all the boxes. There's a lot of areas they're clearing, a lot of areas they're becoming extremely clear about. I'm noticing the chakras in alignment. Now, does that mean in the heart space that this is where they are? No, not at all. It could be, for some, I will be super honest, but it also could be that they're having revelations and their chakras are shooting and they're having these downloads to do with what these changes are really going to need to be. And, with the green coming through of the higher heart chakra, we've got the bull energy. I think with Mars and Taurus last month, it's really ushered in a need to change, to look after their health, maybe burning at the candle at both ends. I do feel there's a passion to do with what they're wanting to really resolve in their life. And it's not just one area, but it's this budding blossom, and it's this feeling really from a spiritual point of view of who they're meant to be with. Now, there could be somebody that is going on the back burner, and they're also kind of wondering to themselves, why would I forsake love? Why would I require another person to make sacrifices for me if I'm not able to level up and make decisions and reach closures with things? And especially if Divine Feminine has kind of sat back here like Little Miss Muffet, sat on her tucker eating her curds. And like if this circumstance for them had been very toxic, I do feel for many Divine Feminines that have stepped back, and Divine Masculines actually picked this up and said, look, you know, it's time I actually drew a line in the sand and actually decided what I want to do here. No, it doesn't necessarily need to be personal, but it does inadvertently affect if we are dancing with the circumstance of unfinished business. So what they are going to need to leave are things that maybe aren't great for them, things that aren't healthy. This can be karmic individuals, jobs, people, places, things, and also the way they are vibrating towards the Divine Feminine. Yeah, they do. They can be quite critical on themselves with the wisdom level. And I am going to pull a clarifier on that because it's almost like they want to elaborate on this. Let's pull a clarifier. They want, oh, we've had one. Okay. There is an acknowledgement that they do need to know what they want. They do need to know what they desire, and they do need to put their energy and attention into those. What you may not know is this person does have desire, pleasure, fun that they want to actually offer Divine Feminine. But it's so much more. It's heart, it's love, it's depth, it's healing. And they know that they haven't been wise with this. They know they haven't been cautious with this. They also feel that they were spreading themselves too fine, and it was inadvertently affecting their physical foundation. And now they're looking at this shift with more logic. It's like, wow. Yeah. This has really upset them. They do feel quite heartbroken. Some also can feel, yeah, they just feel heartbroken. They also feel that Divine Feminine is really feeling that they don't understand this. They don't understand why these individuals would do something that isn't good for them. They do feel that Divine Masculine has been going through some things. Masculine has picked up on this, that Divine Feminine is very intuitive and understands the reason why this person maybe repeats these habits and patterns, maybe because they needed to forgive themselves, to heal, to release. This is going to change overnight. And, you know, some of them could be thinking in very layman's terms. Like I said, it's going to come through very rational. And I think as we proceed forward, this could be an overarching energy of the month where they could be looking at things in very black and white. It's like, okay, you know, the sky's blue, but there's shades. There could be shades of grey, shades of pink. So it's about looking at things from a stock standard view, but also spiritually learning quite a lesson in this. The positive thing is they are feeling emotions of jealousy. They are feeling emotions of, and they're trying to say to themselves, why am I having these feelings for? So more than likely because the Divine Feminine has actually shifted their energy away. And so if this individual within their ego was feeling, oh, I've got all the time in the world, this also can be where they're having these flashbacks and feelings and having these downloads of, gosh, I wouldn't like it if this was done to me. So why am I doing the things I'm doing? I do feel there was unfinished business, but we are looking at the green-eyed monster here in reverse, and we're also looking at two individuals fighting in reverse. But there is this Phoenix rising frequency within their own direct emotions. And it's like they're having this revelation. Don't be jealous. Don't leave a room for that to occur. Go out and get what you know you desire. Go out and achieve your goals. And eliminate the competition. So this doesn't have to be so. It's so matter of fact to them. So the card where it is merging between the color of the white and the darkness coming through, they're making a judgment. It's like it's very left or right for them, but a judgment here. I don't think this is like a rigid judgment. I think this is an honest judgment of what they're physically seeing. One is night and day. what do? You jump in and you achieve your goals and you do what you want to do. And I feel here from the Phoenix Rising, there, it's almost like divine feminine is leading by example, and within their own inner emotions, they're like, I need to be like Mike. I need to go out there and get everything that I want out of my life so I can make this target a goal. We will check in with us next week. Yes, we do have bookings and the membership. As I mentioned, if you do want to get to this content ahead of the crowd, you can come through. And if you do want information about bookings, memberships, and more, stick around and also get some updates about when the next content's dropping.